inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the crib.
Proud mommy of 5 here. So I got a message that's been on my mind a little bit. I want my viewers to know that I'm not confused. I know who I am. I grew up in a religious background, but what I've been experiencing in life, pure spirituality. And where I can come from and speak this is because I read the Bible. I love the Bible. I love the stories. I'm captivated by it. I find truth in it. When we speak about Jesus, that's my brother. I know who he is and what he represents to me. And I don't want to get deep into it because I don't want to offend anyone and I don't want to make this super narrow. I just want it to be heard. How I am, I wanted to know God for myself. I didn't want to go and read a structured thing that tells me who God is. Okay? When I read the stories in the Bible, my prophetic brothers and sisters all got touched by God on different walks of life. They were not the typical people that we look at. They were prostitutes. They were murderers. They did drugs. They were normal people like you and I. God chose people like you and I. He didn't choose a millionaire. He didn't choose somebody that we all looked up to. He chose normal people that he could speak through that loved him and would listen. When it comes to me speaking my messages, I choose my words wisely. I choose words that you can relate to. But when it comes to my Christian community, saying certain things will draw them into fear and immediately think of it's coming from the devil, because that's how it's structured. Okay, we have some people that read the Bible and go by it by rule and just follow rules. And then you have people that read the Bible and go out and experience it. Okay, I experience what God tells me. I read and then I go out in the world. God has not ever been in a church. Okay? He tells you even in the Bible, I'm not in a church. He destroys many temples. He's not in a church. He's out in the world. My God is out there. He's in here. And when we're searching for him, some people go to the Bible to read, to find him. Some people go inside and enter to find him. And it's no wrong way, as long as you understand that it's a positive thing. Yeah.
Risings. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to my kings and queens. Y'all know who y'all rocking with. I'm that DARKSKIN. This is Bite TV. We're black intelligence, truthfully educated. Y'all know who y'all rocking with. Talk to me, I talk back. Y'all know the vibes. This video right here is never take your connection to source for granted. Let's dive in. So, and this one is for my chosen ones. This one's for the ones after us. This spiritual awakening has been beautiful. Y'all done seen me crown camera. Y'all seen me preach this truth. Y'all done heard it all, right? The most important thing, right, as somebody that's woke, is knowing that you're connected to the source, right? That you're connected to the supreme creator. There are times, right, when we might get cocky, or we might fall back because it might be too much, right? But I promise you, the scariest thing while being on this path is to wake up and to feel like, or to know that your connection is not the same as it used to be, right? Because this is the thing, right? When we wake up, we are hit with so much knowledge, so much knowledge, that at times it could be more comfortable to give it a break, right? But then when you take that break, you start realizing, like, and you come back, you'll be like, yo, I'm listening to rap music now. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Nah, where's the source? God, where you at? And the scariest thing for me was for me to be like, God, where you at? And it wasn't the same no more. This ain't happened in a long time, but it happened to me before. And I'm like, yo, what I did wrong? Like, what's up? Like, you know what? All I did was take a break. But it's up to you to keep that foundation solid. This is the earth, right? Where you might lose friends, might lose your girlfriend, might lose your man, might lose your husband, might lose your wife, might lose a loved one, might lose an enemy. But what you don't want to do is lose your connection to the source. He asks you for something, you give it to him. And once you give it to him, now he can give you something you ask for. Always keep your connection to the source solid.
Hey guys, it's Mia5 here. We with another video. I want to start off to say happy birthday to my son Jeremiah. He's turned 10 and he just makes me so proud. I'm proud of you, son. Well, I want to break it down and speak about our egos, okay? In my own experience, my ego was so hidden inside me that I didn't recognize it. It was so buried that it became me. My ego took on the world in a very offensive way because I've been hurt in my life where I didn't trust. So it closed me off. And if anybody approached me a certain way that I don't like, my ego would take over. And my ego would take over. I wouldn't listen to what the issue would be. I would just react and not really think about what's going on and why I'm possibly getting into it with this person that I'm having an altercation with. Your ego can hinder you from growth and from healing because it's a mask. It's not your true self. If you live in an ego, you're going out in the world defensive. You're going out in the world with a different vision. It's not the right kind of goggles that you want to use in life because you're not going to take in what's meant for you and what was meant for God that he put out for you to be doing on this earth. Every single one of us have a purpose. Every single one of us have a will. We are God's children. And these messages that I speak is meant for his children, my brothers and sisters. That's what I call you guys. Everything that we are and who we are, ego can just corrupt it. It can corrupt it in a negative way where you have to let it go and you got to face it. Like you can't just keep thinking ego is something that you can benefit from. Can't benefit from ego. It's too much. Your ego has to go. And now that I have exposed it and been aware through the experiences between my husband and I, it helped me to like peacefully say, listen, ego, you can't stay here anymore. You're not benefiting me and you're not helping my relationship wise. I gotta let you go. And once I told myself that, I was able to heal on a different level in life and be able to look at things differently and in a more positive way. So peace out, y'all. Have a blessed day.
Rising, 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 rising. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to my kings and queens. Y'all know who y'all rocking with. I'm that DARKSKIN, and this is Bite TV, where black intelligence truthfully educated. So, this video right here is about the ego and how the ego is really your worst enemy. So, Pete, let's go. Now, you know, all of these YouTubers, spiritual leaders have been preaching that the ego is that you also have Christ conscious and you also have your root chakra, which is your ego, which is aka the devil, right? So your ego, he's your biggest enemy because this is a false you. This is a you that been programmed by the world. So when we was just jits, little ones, right? Remember how pure we used to be? Going outside for the first time, being able to stay out until late night. You understand? Like before we got influenced by our friends, before when we thought tag was cool, or see a chick, catch a chick, you hump a chick. Before we thought that type of stuff was cool, you heard? When boys thought girls was yucky and yucky thought boys was yucky. I mean, girls thought boys was yucky. You understand? That's when we was pure. That's when we was still kids. And then what happened is we all of us, we start going to school, we start getting older, chilling with people outside in our area, in our community. And then our ego is born. Our ego is born from all of these interactions. You starting to put away who you truly is and putting out what the world wants you to be. When you get to the spiritual war, right? It's time to get rid of that ego. For me, it was unfortunately because my ego was bigger than who I was. You understand? My ego was tougher than who I was. I thought my ego was telling me, yeah, you could do life in jail. But me, I'm like, no, I don't want to do life in jail. What's wrong with you? You got to stop. You got to be good. Relax. You understand? Stuff like that. You got to talk to yourself. You understand? But no. So your ego, man, it could be one of your worst enemies, man. It'll force you to lose. It'll cause you to lose everything that you love, everything that you work for, every dream that you ever had in your head. Your ego will be the reason you lose it. So put your ego in check and get rid of it. You know, slay your ego, and that's how you slay the devil.